We want your dating stories. Are you heterosexual,
Homosexual
bisexual?
or asexual?
It doesn't matter. We're here to talk about your dating stories. Hi everyone, this is Ophey.
And this is Shan.
You're watching Ophey and Shan Dating Channel. This week we're celebrating Housewife Day.
Oh, Ophie, what's the matter?
I'm just so tired. You know, this is a reality of being a real housewife. You wear your old college shirt and then sweatpants and you're dusting all day.
Yeah, I know. And I'm wearing a French maid outfit because as someone who is really anti-stereotypes and anti-traditional gender roles, we are no longer maids in the 21st century. It is mutually shared chores around the house in partnerships, and women are not to be viewed as in the kitchen, cooking, cleaning, taking care of the house and the kids any longer. So this is antithetical and ironic that I'm wearing a maid costume.
Yes, and I'm just the reality hits in. This is a real housewife outfit.
Yeah, antiquated.
We would like to have special thanks to
Louise Taylor, who is the Canadian representative of Leah Sophia, an American jewelry
Yes,
company.
look at this beautiful jewelry that she lent us to
I'm
wear.
also wearing one of the pieces as well. Yeah.
It's very beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Louise. And she has Louise's Gems on Facebook. And please look at her link below to get more details about these beautiful jewelry. If you'd like to use them, wear them, deals, anything, go to her website.
Yes. For our new viewers out there, this is how we're going to conduct our show. First, we will read your dating story, and then we'll flag the points with red or green flags on your story.
And then we will count up the red or green flags to see if it's a stop seeing the guy or go for another date.
This week, we have a letter from Patricia, and this is a guy she's dating, and she's found out his true colors. Let's see what she says. Dear Ophey and Shan, it is very difficult for me to share my story with you, but I feel like I need to speak out for all of the women who have experienced a similar situation. I was in a relationship for 8 years. When I first met the man, he was so amazing, caring, attentive, and took very good care of me. I trusted him. I felt safe with him. I loved him.
When we started living together, he changed. He started to yell at me for little things like leaving my shoes on the front carpet or not picking up a carton of milk when it was running low, and he would call me stupid and slow. I didn't like it when I told him not to talk to me like that, and he would always apologize. Then he started to control when I could watch TV or talk on the phone at night because it was cutting into our time together. I just thought it was because he wanted to spend more time with me, and I appreciated that he liked my company so much. Then one night, he woke me up from bed in the middle of the night and pulled me by the arm downstairs to show me how I had missed a spot on the counter and the floor, and I was a horrible woman and a terrible at maintaining the house. That was the first time he hit me.
I couldn't believe it was the same man. He was so different from before. I thought he might be stressed out at work and that I was not helping him at home because I was not doing a good enough job to keep it clean. The next day, he got me a huge bouquet of flowers and apologized and said that he loved me. I believed in him.
But it happened again and again, and I kept making excuses for him. I stayed in that situation for 2 more years until I saw a show on domestic abuse and domestic violence, and I realized that I had to get out. So one day when he was out running errands, I just packed up my belongings into 1 or 2 bags and I left. Fortunately, he never came after me. I am one of the lucky ones. I am now happily married with kids. What do you think, ladies? Thank you for letting me share. Yours truly, Patricia.
Patricia, you were in an 8-year long relationship and he was caring in the beginning. I'll give a green flag. Yeah, 8 years is a long time to get to know somebody, and he was caring in the beginning, so green flag.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ophie, for sure. 8 years is a long enough time to be in a committed long-term relationship and get to know someone. And if he was caring at the beginning, then yeah, green flag. Patricia Hun, so after you started living together, he would nitpick at the little things and name call, but he would apologize after. Definite red flag, you know. This is a warning sign of things to come. If it's a repeated pattern, especially, red flag.
It is also a red flag from me. It seems like it's already starting a bad cycle, and he start name calling and nitpicking. It's a beginning of a sign of domestic violence, so I'll give a red flag. Patricia, he started to control your TV watching time and the time on the phone, and you assumed it's because you want to spend quality time with you. I have to give it red flag, because it seems like he is a controlling man, and then his controlling behavior is it is a starting of his controlling behavior. However, it could be leading a more serious ones later on, such as you cannot leave the house by yourself, or you cannot spend any time with your friends. However, I have to address that being controlling is another form of insecurity. It seems like he's insecure on his own being, and also there's a trusting issue. He may not be trust you to be to be well and know enough for what is good for you. So either way, it is still a red flag for me.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Ophie. It's definitely a red flag for me. Controlling of any kind, Patricia, sweetie, is not good. It's always a sign of manipulation. It might be psychological manipulation, and assuming is also not good. Communication is so fundamental in knowing where each person stands and if you're on the same page. So both things are a definite warning sign. Patricia, this guy is unbelievable, really. He wakes you up in the middle of the night because you miss a spot in cleaning, and then he hits you and apologizes after. Hun, this guy is deplorable, despicable, completely red flag. Guys, it is not acceptable ever, ever to hit a woman for any reason. If you're angry, if they're instigating you, if they're pushing your buttons, go for a walk. Do not raise your hand to the woman. It is not acceptable. Red flag. And apologizing after is even more disgusting if you repeat the behavior. It's disgusting.
Han, it is a red flag for me. It is not acceptable for a man to hit a woman at any time. And just because you miss a little spot, like, come on. It is such a minor thing, and I understand he apologized. But they always do. The abuser always apologize to make you to sympathize with them, but the behavior will never change. It will be happening recurrent again and again. So, honey, it is definitely a red flag. Never accept anyone's physical nor verbal abuse. Patricia, honey, you made excuses for him and stayed for 2 more years and ran off without telling him. I have to give that red flag. I don't know your reason for staying for 2 more years. Obviously, you already know the relationship is not working, and you made a lot of excuses for him. But I'm happy you get out and then that you ran off without telling him. However, the 2 more years is both waste on your time and his time, and also you tolerate more abuse for that 2 more years. So I will have to give this a red flag.
Patricia Hun, I'm also giving this a red flag as well. And I want to address this situation with something called battered wife syndrome or battered partner syndrome in your situation you weren't married, where the person that is being abused somehow feels like it's their fault that the abuser is abusing them, and that they're causing the abuser to get angry, and that's why they're abusing them. It's a very common occurrence in these kinds of abusive relationships and situations. I'm not judging you. I don't know what the circumstances were. Maybe when he was good, he was amazing, and when he was bad, he was awful. But whatever the situation it is, I'm so glad you got out. It's okay that you went without telling him, because often abusers do follow and stalk and can be very dangerous. So good for you for getting out. Thank God for that, Patricia. Yay. But staying in any kind of abusive relationship and making excuses is not good. Red flag.
So Shannon, that's kind of our flags. I have 4 red and 1 green.
Ophie, I am the exact same as you.
Yay.
4 reds and 1 green. Patricia, hun, I'm so glad that you're not in this relationship anymore. Thank God for that. Yes, definitely. Go for another guy, which you did. Wonderful. And for all of you women out there who are in a current relationship with abuse in it, in an abusive relationship, please also go far away from that relationship and go for another guy. It's never worth it to stay in that.
It is definitely a stop from me. Stop making excuses. Stop giving them another chance. Even though they apologize, they buy you flowers and gifts and luxury things, take you out for a dinner, movie. It is still not acceptable of getting abused. If any verbal or physical abuse is never, never, never acceptable, okay? Stop hurting yourself.
Yes, and please love yourself more. You have more self-worth, definitely.
Please. So for our audience, what do you think? Whether it is a go?
Or stop. Please comment on our Facebook page whether it is a stop.
Or a go?
And please send us your dating stories
to opheyandshan@gmail.com. And please subscribe.
So next episode will be
National Native American Heritage Day.
Yay for Aboriginals, we love you.
Yes. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for watching.
See you next time. If you like our videos,
Or don't like our videos,
or you don't know what we're talking about,
it's okay.
Subscribe. Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.